Erin, first off, though, what was your biggest takeaway from that trip?
Well, Kristen, I'd have to say that my biggest takeaway was actually that it's so very tightly regulated that it seems to work. For instance, there are far more places that you can't smoke than places that you can. We'll take a look at those regulations in this story. You'll see only on 2.
It's illegal to smoke marijuana in public. It's illegal to smoke it on the sidewalk. It's illegal to smoke it in our shops.
Or in hotels, parks, cabs, and cars.
It's illegal to drive high. It's illegal to give it to minors.
And you'll see signs reminding you of all those rules everywhere you look. As a result, what you don't see much of is pot smokers on the streets. In Colorado, they realized early on that the only way to make pot work as an industry was with a lot of regulations and a lot of taxes.
We're seeing that, Colorado's program is not perfect, but we are choosing control over chaos.
Nevada's lawmakers were there last week seeking advice.
The fact is, Nevadans have said they want it, they support it, as long as it's taxed, regulated, and the money goes to schools.
In Colorado, medical marijuana is taxed at about 5%. Recreational pot is taxed as high as 28%, and part of that is earmarked for enforcement and education.
A significant amount of that money, that 3.5% special sales tax, went to hire about 35 new employees in 2014 just to manage marijuana.
It's going to be sold. Who would you rather be sold by? Licensed, regulated, and taxed businesses or violent criminal organizations?
Officials in Denver aren't shy about admitting that it's been a challenge.
There's about 500 pages of state marijuana law and regulations for medical and recreational marijuana.
And every session, lawmakers adjust them.
So I just want to take you what it's like to be a manufacturer in Colorado right now.
Julie Dooley makes edibles. Aside from endless lab tests on her baked goods and her can of butter, packaging has been a hurdle here, mostly because it just keeps changing.
The best way to keep kids safe, to keep people who do not want to consume an edible safe, is to keep it in a child-resistant package, have an extensive amount of labeling on it, and safe storage.
Toxicologist Andrew Monte says limiting edibles to medical use only is the answer.
In my opinion, I don't see a role for edible products in the retail marketplace. Really, it just invites trouble.
In Nevada, medical marijuana is legal, and there's now bipartisan support for recreational pot, too.
I think a lot of the more moderate Republicans see it, and Republicans see it as a business, right? And it is the law, and the people have spoken, and our jobs as legislators is not necessarily to like or dislike a law, but to turn around and enact what the people have asked us to do.
And while those making money on all of this in Colorado will tell you it's all good, there are some Coloradans who say if given the chance again, they'd vote it down.
If I could turn back time, I wish that I didn't vote for it. I see that it's affecting the poor communities and the communities of color.
But lawmakers see it as inevitable and as a moneymaker for the state.
It's going to work hand in hand with gaming, but it's going to be part of the Nevada experience.
Well, it will be interesting to see how our legislature attacks those regulations for medical marijuana, and supporters hope to get recreational pot on the ballot here in Nevada in 2016. Now, if you missed any of our 4 previous stories on marijuana in Colorado, you can watch them on our website. We've got them all posted for you at ktvn.com. Just click the Only on 2 tab. Covering the story, Erin Breen, Channel 2 News.